Hey guys! It's so good to see you again. We are going to finish up Junie B. Jones is a Graduation Girl. The last thing that happened while we were reading is that Junie B. Jones has tricked her grandfather into getting her graduation cap and gown off of the fridge. And then she had some fun. And now she is pouring herself some grape juice while wearing her white graduation gown. This can only end badly because we know that Junie B. Jones cannot do very many things right. So, we're going to find out what happens at the end of this story. So this is the last 3 chapters, which are called Chapter 7, and you probably guessed it, Juice Driblets. Chapter 8, Getting Ready, and Chapter 9, The Time of My Life. So, find out what happens. In Chapter 7, Juice Driblets. And there's my dog again. Grape juice can go wrong. First, Raggedy Ruth got purple on her mouth. Then, Teddy got a dribble drop on his paw. And then, oh no, Raggedy Larry forgot to swallow his whole entire sip. Driblets spilled all over my bookshelf. I covered my mouth in shock. Then my heart pounded and pounded, 'cause if grape juice gets on my rug, I am in big trouble, Missy. A cloth. I need a cloth, I hollered. I ran around and around all over my room. Then all of a sudden, my eyes looked down at my clothes. And what do you know? I saw all the cloth I needed. I quick took it off of me, and I soaked up the driblets. My shoulders felt relief in them. Why don't you sit down, bud? Sit. My shoulders felt relief in them. Whew, that was a close one, I said. After that, I walked to my bed, and I plopped on my pillow. My brain was a genius to think of that, I said. I breathed and breathed. Then all of a sudden I did a teensy frown, 'cause something did not feel right here, possibly. I covered my head with my sheet. Then I turned my head very slow, and I peeked out at my bookshelf. My stomach did a flip-flop, because I saw my graduation gown, that's why. And it had juice driblets soaked into its front. I looked at Raggedy Larry real mad. Oh no, look what you made me do, I said. You made me use my graduation gown to soak up that dumb juice. Great, Larry, just great. After that, Raggedy Larry got put under my bed, and he did not come out again. Juice driblets do not go away. Not even when you erase them with your brand new eraser, or if you color them with your new white crayon, or if you brush them with Daddy's new whitening toothpaste. I brushed up and down and all around. The driblets did not budge. There's Junie B. trying to scrub off the driblets. Shoot, I said. Now I will look like a sloppy baby at graduation, and I'm not even the one who dribbled. Just then I heard a knock at my door. It was Grandpa Miller. Junie B, is everything okay in there? He said. My heart got poundy again. Yes, Grandpa, yes. Everything is perfectly perfect, I hollered. I'm just playing with my stuffed animals, and that's all. Grandpa Frank Miller knocked some more. Could you open the door, please? He asked. I felt tension in me, 'cause I didn't want him to see my problem, that's why. I pushed my graduation gown under my bed. Then I opened my door, a teensy crack. "Hello, how are you today?" I said. "I am fine, except I'm right in the middle of something, so I would like to get back to it, please." Grandpa Miller was holding baby Ollie. He looked disappointed at me. "Oh, phooey," he said. "Now that I've got your brother cleaned up, I thought maybe you and I could teach him how to play checkers." I looked at Ollie. He was wearing a clean shirt with purple polka dotties. "No, thank you," I said. "Maybe I'll teach him checkers another day." I waved at my Grandpa Miller very sweet. "Well, nice seeing you again, Frank. Goodbye," I said. After that, I closed the door. "What are you doing? Sit down. Lay down." Silly dog. And I waited for Grandpa's footsteps to leave. Finally, I pulled my graduation gown from under the bed, and I stared and stared at that stupid thing. "Why did this dumb gown have to be white?" I grouched. "Why couldn't it be purple like the grape juice? If it was purple like the grape juice, the driblets would blend right in." I tapped my fingers real annoyed. "Well, why couldn't this dumb gown have had purple flowers on it? The juice would blend in with the flowers too, I bet," I said. "Or what about polka dotties like Ollie's shirt? If there were purple polka dotties, no one would notice the driblets for sure." Just then I sat up very fast, 'cause I was getting another brainstorm in my head, I believe. I zoomed straight to my desk. What do you think she's going to do? And I looked through all my drawers, and I found my colored markers. I laughed real happy. Then I spread my graduation gown on the floor, and I worked and worked very hard. And guess what? When I finally got done, you couldn't even see the driblets. Hardly. "My brain is a genius after all," I said. After that, I put my cap and gown in the box again, and I took it back to my Grandpa Miller. "Alrighty, Grandpa," I said. "You can put this back on the refrigerator now, please." Then I smiled real big. Because guess what else? He did. Chapter 8 is called Getting Ready. Room 8 and 9 practiced for our graduation together. We practiced on the stage in the auditorium, 'cause a stage is where people get diplomas, of course. Mrs. showed everyone how to walk up the steps without tripping. She played music for us to march in with. And guess what? Room 9 marched better than Room 8. Except Polly Allen Puffer, who kept bowing real silly. And Lenny kept stepping on people's heels. Plus, Shy William ran out of the auditorium and down the hall. And Gus Filoni had to chase him around the parking lot. After that, Principal talked to William a real long time. Plus, also his mother was called, I believe. "I am not like William," I told Lucille and Grace. "I am not even nervous walking up on the stage, hardly." "Me neither," said that Grace. "I am not nervous of walking on that stage, hardly either." Lucille fluffed her fluffy hair. "My Nana said I was born to be on the stage," she said. "Nana says that people enjoy looking at me, because I am a feast for the eyes." After that, Lucille wrinkled her nose very cute, and then she skipped around and around in a circle. And Grace and I watched her for a real long time. Then finally Lucille stopped skipping, all of us hugged and hugged, 'cause we are the bestest 3 friends I ever saw. Graduation week went by very fast. Friday night came in a jiffy. I felt so excited I couldn't even eat my dinner that good. I got down from my chair, and I ran and ran all over the house. "Settle down," said Daddy. "Settle down," said Mother. "Settle down," I hollered. Then I laughed real loud, 'cause I'm a hoot, that's why. Finally, it was time to go. Mother got my graduation box off the top of the refrigerator. I jumped up and down. "Let me carry that, Mother. Please, please, please. I want to carry my box to room 9 myself, 'cause that's where all of us are getting dressed." Mother handed me the box. Then Daddy said, "Settle down," again. And all of us drove to my school. Grandma and Grandpa Miller met us in the parking lot. I hugged them hello. Then I zoomed to room 9, speedy fast. And guess what? All of the children from morning and afternoon kindergarten were getting ready together. I ran through the door. It's me, people! It's Junie B. Jones! I am here for graduation! Lucille and Grace came rushing over. They were already wearing their caps and gowns, and they looked marvelous, I tell you. Hurry up, Junie B., said Lucille. Hurry up and put on your cap and gown. Our teacher's going to take our picture. Yes, said that Grace. Hurry, hurry! She quick grabbed my box away from me and took out my cap and gown. Grace did a gasp. Oh no, Junie B., what happened? She said. What happened to your cap and gown? My stomach felt squeezy and sickish, because that outfit looked spottier than I remember. Put it down, Grace, I said. Don't show people. I don't want anyone to notice. There's that Grace, holding up Junie B. Jones' soiled graduation gown. Lucille laughed very loud. But that's so dumb, Junie B., she said. How could people not notice? You colored big purple splotches all over your graduation clothes. I did a huffy breath at that girl. Those are not big splotches, Lucille, I said. Those are purple polka dotties that I drew to blend in my juice driblets. And that is a whole different ballgame, madam. Just then some of the other children heard me yelling. They turned to look. Great, Lucille, I said. Now look what you did. You called attention to myself. And so now, how can I even blend in? After that, I grabbed my graduation gown and I ran to the back of the room. Just then I heard a voice. Junie B. Jones? I looked to the front of the room. It was my teacher. Mrs. stretched her neck back to look at me. Is there a problem back there, Junie B.? She asked. I shook my head real fast. No, Mrs. No, I said. There's not a problem, I promise. And so please do not come back here, and I mean it. Mrs. came back there. And what do you know? All of room 9 came with her. Mrs. took my cap and gown out of my hands. The children laughed and laughed at that thing. What kind of dumb gown do you call that? Said Meanie Jim. I know, said Polly Allen Puffer. It's the kind of gown that a clown would wear. Yeah, shouted Jim. It's a purple spotty clown gown. After that, the laughing got louder and louder. I put my hands over my ears to keep it out of my head. Then I tried to tell them about Raggedy Larry and the driblets and my purple-colored marker, and my nose started running very much, and I couldn't even talk that good. Finally, I started to cry. And guess what? Nobody laughed anymore. Chapter 9 is called The Time of My Life. Mrs. took me to the hall, and she wiped my face with a tissue, and we talked about my graduation gown. Mrs. said I would look darling in that dotty thing, 'cause purple is her favorite color. Plus, grape juice is her favorite kind of drink. I kept on crying, 'cause I didn't actually buy it, that's why. Pretty soon, Mother and Daddy came hurrying to room 9. They brought Grandpa Miller with them. Their eyes popped out at my spotty dotty gown. I'm sorry, please don't yell at me, I said, 'cause I am already crying, see? Plus wearing this dumb gown will be punishment enough. Mother and Daddy didn't yell. They said we would talk about the problem later. After that, Mother helped me put on my cap and gown, and she hugged me very nice. Then Daddy grinned and said, I look cute in dots. She does look cute, said Grandpa Miller. And not only that, but when she goes on stage, she'll be easy to spot. He winked at me. I didn't giggle, 'cause that man is a silly joker, that's why. Finally, Mrs. patted me. Are you feeling better now, Junie B?" she asked. "Are you ready to go back inside and be with your friends?" I shrugged, kind of worried. "Sure she is. Of course she is," said my grandpa. "My goodness, this is Junie B. Jones." After that, he stood me up straight and tall, and he faced me to my classroom. Then I breathed a big breath, and me and Mrs. went back into room 9. Polly Allen and Jim jumped out at me. "Surprise!" they hollered. "Surprise! Surprise! Surprise!" hollered my bestest friend named Grace. I looked at all those people very shocked, and my mouth came open all the way. 'Cause they had dots in their clothes just like mine! That Grace skipped all around. "It was Jim's idea, Junie B," she said. "Jim said that if all of us have spots too, then you will feel better. And so Polly and Puffer found the colored markers, and we colored our caps and gowns just like yours." Grace looked at Mrs. "See, teacher, aren't we beautiful? I colored red spots, and Jim colored blue spots, and Polly and Puffer colored green spots," she said. Just then, William raised his hand. "And I'm coloring orange spots," he said, kind of soft. "And I'm coloring lavender spots," said Charlotte. "And I'm coloring pink spots," said my bestest friend, Lucille, "'cause pink brings out the natural blush of my cheeks." Mrs. smiled. Her smile kept on getting bigger. "Well, Junie B. Jones," she said finally, "what do you think about all this, My face beamed very joyful. "I think I love these people. That's what I think," I hollered. Get out of here, you. You goof. I don't know where I was now. My face beamed very joyful. "I think I love these people. That's what I think," I hollered. Then Jim said, "Gross." And, skipped the picture. And Polly Allen Puffer said, "Gross," too. There they all are in their spotty gowns. With all the different colored marker. After that, all of room 9 laughed and laughed. And this time, even me! Graduation finally started. The room 8 teacher walked up the steps of the stage, and she said hello to all the people. Then Mrs. walked up the steps of the stage too. She was still smiling. "Families and friends, I've been a teacher for a very long time," she said. "But in all my years of teaching, these are some of the most colorful graduates I have ever seen." Mrs. held out her arms. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the graduates of room 8 and room 9. Just then the music started, and all the children walked into the auditorium. The auditorium chuckled very happy at us. Room 9 chuckled back at them. After that, all of us sat in special chairs, and both of the teachers talked and talked some more. And then finally, it happened. Mrs. started to call our names, and one by one we walked up on the stage, and we got our diplomas. And good news. Polly Allen Puffer did not bow real silly, and Linny did not step on people's heels, and Shy William did not run away. It was the time of our life, I tell you. I felt 1,000,000,000 feet tall up there. When Mrs. gave me my diploma, she shook my hand real nice. "I'm going to miss you, Junie B. Jones," she said. "You are truly one of a kind." "Thank you, Mrs.," I said. "You are truly one of a kind, too." After that, my Grandpa Frank Miller did a loud whistle, and Mother and Daddy clapped very proud. And here's the happiest news of all. When graduation was over, room 9 did not even have to say goodbye to each other, because all of us are coming back to the same school for first grade, so we can play at recess, just like Mother said. And guess what else? I can't wait to see those guys again, because we will be friends forever and ever, and always and always. And I mean it. And that is the end of Junie B. Jones is a Graduation Girl. This is a great book, and I'm really glad that we got to read this one this week. I am going to try to borrow some more from one of my friends who has some more of these books so that we can keep reading together all week long, and maybe I'll do some over spring break too. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.